Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your May 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Sagittarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. If you are a continued subby of mine, thank you so much for being here. You know I love you. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. All right, so for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of May, which is an important month for you because this is the bookend of that Sagittarius new moon eclipse that took place last year in December. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large this month, you have the Strength card, having the heart and the courage to push on and forge ahead. In a lot of ways, I think this is you gathering your courage not only to make a big move of some sort, but I think it's going to see you really pushing ahead with something that you really feel in your heart of hearts is what the next step actually entails for you. I think this is you having the courage to maybe break away from something, to strike out on your own, or even to put your heart and soul into something that you really feel is the next step for you. I think whenever the Strength card shows up, it reminds us that we have everything that we need on the inner level. And the fact that you've got this in your actions and interactions with the world at large, this is you literally saying, you know what, I'm making this move, I'm making this forge ahead, and I know what I'm doing. I've got what I need in order to make this a reality. And I think you're actually going to do it this month. I really do. For your money and materials, you have the Three of Swords. So it looks like the finances this month are a little bit shaky. It looks like you are having to spend out for something this month. Now, with the Three of Swords, it always suggests that something is being removed. So this is likely to be money that you're, I don't want to say losing, but it is money that you're probably not going to see back, at least in any, you know, fast sort of capacity. So whatever finances go out this month, you know, especially if it doesn't look like it's going to be a surprise to you either. That's the interesting thing about it. It's like it's an expense of some sort that you're aware of, but you also know that it's money that you're likely not to get back or is not going to be coming back anytime soon. Just be aware of that. Now, one of the things that you could do with this as well, this could literally be you saying, right, I'm going to forego one of my luxuries in order to push ahead when it comes to my finances. Maybe this is you deciding, I don't know, excuse me. Yeah, maybe this is you deciding, actually, do you know what? I don't, you know, maybe I don't need this subscription to 150 channels. You know, maybe I don't need the premium package at the gym, like whatever it is. This month, it looks like some sort of luxury you are deciding to remove or to let go of because it's no longer, well, it's not even so much that it's not fit for purpose. It's just that it's not worth the price that you're paying for it. So that's another way that this could play out. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is literally going to be your, could likely be your kidneys, your lower back as well, like all of that sort of general area. So pay attention to what you're ingesting when it comes to liquids this month, especially if you're partial to a tipple. And then finally, for your home and environment, well, look, I mean, for some of you, this could literally be you deciding, actually, you know what? I'm ready. Like, this is it. Like, we're on the home stretch now to leaving the place that we live in, or to, you know, selling up, or, you know, if you don't own your home, maybe your lease is coming to an end and you say to yourself, actually, you know what, I don't want to continue living here. The living situation is coming up for either a big change or a review of some kind, and it does look like you will be changing direction. For your communications and conversations, you have the Knight of Cups. So there is a solid offer of some sort coming in this month. Now, you've got this right next to the Three of Swords. There's two things that I want to say to you. Any sort of get rich quick scheme, please, not this month. The energy is not there for it. Whatever you're promised may not look it's kind of like one of those things, you know, when someone orders something off the internet and it looks amazing, and then when they get it, they're like, okay. This could literally be one of those things. So if someone's saying to you like, oh yeah, you know, if you put in $500, you know, you're going to get 5,000 back, anything like that this month, no. All right, because you've got the Three of Swords there. So if it's on a financial level, invites, offers, opportunities, it's a no. If it's an invite of some sort, if it's a you know, even right up to and including maybe something like a scholarship, those things are an absolute yes, right? Those things, there's good conversation when it comes to those things. There's good conversation when it comes to invites. Just not when it comes to financial stuff. Anywhere where there is money sort of involved, it's a no from me personally. Obviously you have to make your own decisions and you know, however it speaks to you. But hey ho, with your heart and half, you have the Nine of Swords. So it looks like you're concerned about something, and because it comes up with the Knight of Cups, I'm going to say that this is either a family member or a young person. Even if this isn't necessarily your child, it looks like there could be either a teenager in your midst or somebody that's younger, maybe a younger sibling, you know, maybe somebody else's child. Like it looks like there's some sort of concern here that you have for somebody, you know, for a young person. It could be your own child for some of you, but if you don't have kids, this could be somebody else's child or somebody that is younger than you that is in your sort of interpersonal sphere. And it looks like you're quite concerned about this because it's taking up a lot of your mental sort of faculties. And it's interesting as well. The reason I say that is because I wonder as well if you've bailed this person out before financially. It's like, you know, maybe they get themselves into a tiswas and, you know, maybe they don't even mean to do it, but it does seem to be a pattern. And somewhere it's like you keep ending up having to foot the bill for this person. And here it looks like this month you're not in the position to do it because you've got your own things going on. This may be one of those moments where someone has some very harsh, where someone has some very harsh lessons to learn when it comes to that material sphere, or, you know, relying on somebody else to fix their mess. Now that's, you know, for all of you Sagittarians. For those of you that are single, I mean, this could be somebody that comes in that has a lot of baggage. I'm just going to be really honest with you. Like, this could be somebody that has a lot of baggage. Maybe, just maybe, this is somebody that is prone to depression. Maybe somebody that has a bit of a, what's the word? You know, yeah, like maybe, you know, or suffers from like a little bit of a low mood. It's possible. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this is a really good month for you to talk to your partner, especially about whatever some of your plans are, because it looks like you're coming into decision time or crunch time and you're ready to make a big move of some sort. So now's the time, right? Get it out there in the open so that you can start making it happen. For your first week of the month, you have the High Priestess card. So I mean, whatever you've been working on behind the scenes, patiently, diligently, ad nauseum, this looks like you are finally ready to release something. Something is finally ready to see the light. And I like this for you because it suggests that whatever you do put out or whatever you're ready to release into the world in some way, it's well received, right? And I think this is one of those moments where it's like, okay, I'm nervous about how this is going to go. Fuck it, let's just do it. All right, which is not a bad thing. In your second week, you have the World card. So there's a change in status of some sort, right, coming up, especially with the World card. This comes right next to the High Priestess as well. So in your local environment, in your locality, there could be new announcements of some kind that are coming up. So this could have something to do with the status of your town. Maybe it's, you know, maybe you're going back into lockdown. Maybe you're being released from a lockdown. It's definitely possible in these first 2 weeks of May. And I think you're going to have a much clearer understanding of how your personal environment has been impacted by this whole thing, even more so. Now, when it comes to your finances and your money, like I said, you are taking a financial hit this month, and it's likely to be money that doesn't come back, but there is a change here. And I think in the long term, this is going to be very positive for you. You'll probably see the good results from it in around, what are we now? So May, but by around July. So this next 3 months when it comes to finances, Saggies, they're going to be a bit rocky, but as long as you know that and you're prepared for it, I think you'll be fine. For your third week of the month, you have the Chariot card. Whoever this young person is, they could very likely be a Cancerian. It's very possible. And with the Chariot card as well, whatever invites are made, invites to travel, invites to go and check something out, to go and see something, to see new places, new areas, all of that sort of stuff, highly favored. Maybe it's the travel that costs you. Maybe you're not able to work so much. Maybe you have to cash in your holiday. You know, that all that kind of stuff. But all in all, actually the third week looks good. Communication looks good, but like I said, anything where there's a get rich quick scheme involved, this month it's an absolute no. All right. And then for your fourth week of the month, you have the Justice card. So you are having to make a decision, and it looks like you're having to implement something this month. So this could be one of those things where, you know, maybe a niece or a nephew comes to you previously, and, you know, you help them out of a sticky situation, and it's like, oh, you know, please don't tell mum and dad, and everything's fine, and it blows over, and they find themselves in a similar situation. This may be the month where you actually have to say something, where you have to say, look, you know what, no, this has happened again. I'm not prepared to let this go, and obviously it's becoming a serious problem. So this could be a month of divulging something that might be a little bit tricky to navigate, but it's definitely going to be what's the word? I think it will be freeing and liberating to be talked about. For those of you that are single, as I said, this person, it looks like they might have had some sort of issue. Maybe they've had a legal issue in their past as well, definitely possible. And then for those of you that are partnered or in marriages and relationships, this could be you literally looking over a contract of some sort. This could be you like poring and scrutinizing over like every minute detail, like, you know, it's like you're feeling the jitters, like this feels like it's meant to happen, but at the same time I'm not sure. And do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of hype around it, but, you know, try to come out of here and, you know, think with this. That looks like what you're doing with the Strength card there anyway. Your new moon message is the gate 60 and limits. Know your limits. This new moon in the sign of Taurus is trying to show you where the limitations are. And more importantly, with the gate 60, we had a lot of this energy in 2020. And it felt like, you know, I mean, obviously a lot of us weren't going anywhere. You might feel that energy around the, you know, over the course of this new moon, but it's trying to show you where the limits are is where the growth is going to be. And if you can find and see that connection, it will serve you really, really well. It's not that you're being held back for the sake of it. The universe, you know, hasn't got it in for you. This is just you really starting to come into this understanding of why certain things had to happen. There is a feeling here where something, it's almost like the cork is being unpopped, but you'll see why it had to happen in this way. And then finally, for your eclipse message, you have the gate 57 and intuition. And I've said for a long time, actually, Sagittarius has a very powerful intuition. You guys really, really do. One of the things that I will say to you with this card, give yourself over to your intuition. It's going to start really early. Right in the beginning of the month, you've got the High Priestess there. As we get into the end of the month and this powerful full moon lunar eclipse takes place in your sign, so whether you're sun, moon or ascendant of Sagittarius, this eclipse is a bookend to what was happening for you in December of 2020. Listen to your intuition around this time. Pay attention to the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities. Pay attention to where the limits are now being loosed off or eased up in some way, shape or form. Because when this happens, I think it's going to give you a real understanding of what is literally the right next step for you to take, right? If it feels good on that internal level, if you check in with the heart space and the heart space says, yes, we're a go, and it has to be instant as well, right? It can't be like you ask it and then it, you know, oh, okay, because then you're going to convince yourself that you're hearing the answer that you want, right? ask the question, check in with the heart space. If it's an instant reaction and it just comes back with a solid yes, you know you're good. If it comes back with a solid no, then there's something that needs to be rethought about the whole thing. All right, I hope this serves you well. I hope you have an amazing month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.